Hey everybody, so I am back doing another video today. I wanted to hop onto the chrome nail trend that I've been seeing a lot lately, and I figured it's time for some winter nails, so that is what I'm going to be doing. This is pretty much all the products that I'm going to be using today, although there will be a couple that'll show you that I didn't grab when I initially filmed that clip. So I'm starting off with my young nail short forms. I am building out a platform to connect my natural nail to the form using my Not Polish OG number 1, which is their clear, and I'm using my Glitter Bell size 12 acrylic brush. I always build out my sculpted sets like this. You've probably seen this before. I just prefer the way that it looks underneath the nail as they grow out. So I always use a clear, but you can go ahead straight in with your color if you prefer. For my pinky nail, I am doing an ombre. I am starting off with the Mia Secret Frosted Pink. At first, I was going to make this a full nude nail. That's why I didn't grab this at first, but I figured no winter set really is complete without a white, so I figured I would do a white ombre, but I didn't want it to be super stark, so the Frosted Pink is perfect because it's essentially just like a milky white, so it gives you that nice light white tone without it being too stark and like in your face. I also feel like doing colors like this that have a little bit of a milky consistency to them, they actually are easier to ombre over, so I prefer to use this if I'm doing a like pink and white ombre. So that's why I'm doing that. I am just building this out into a stiletto shape, so that's how I fit in my forms. If you are curious on how I pick up my beads for like sculpted sets versus using tips, because I do feel like there is a little bit of a difference, let me know down below and I can do a video on that. I do feel like when you're doing sculpted sets, you do have to kind of use beads that are a little bit drier. I do like my beads to still be a bit wet so that I can kind of move them and have some time to work with them and get them into the shape that I want, but you don't want them to be so wet that they're running all over the form. So if you want like tips and tricks on that, let me know down below and I can do that in a future video. But for the ombre, I am using my Not Polished Nude Panther, and I am just going in like a traditional ombre and just blending this over. When you are ombreing your acrylic sets, you do want to make sure that you're just pulling from the front of the bead. You don't want to thin out the back of the bead too much because that'll end up making it a little too translucent and you won't get a very seamless ombre. So it's just one little tip. If you want a more in-depth video, just let me know down below. Again, I can do a more kind of full video on how I do my ombres. But once you have the ombre where you want it, you want to go ahead and cap it in clear. This will make sure that you don't file it out when you go ahead and shape your nail. Now I'm going to go ahead with that same clear, build my platform for my ring finger. Again, I just really like the way that this looks. Also, when I go to clip off the free edge when I am removing a set, it allows me to see where my natural nail has grown out to, so I don't accidentally clip too close to my hyponychium and hurt myself. So again, I just prefer to do it. Now I'm going in with that Mia Secret blue colored acrylic. Again, we'll have it linked below, but I am using this as my background color, so I am going ahead and applying this pretty much the same as I did that Mia Secret Frosted Pink, because I am going to be ombreing this color as well. With the colored acrylics, they do tend to have different consistencies than your core powders or your clears, so you do have to kind of find your liquid to powder ratio with these. These ones from Mia Secret do tend to be a little bit on the drier side, so you do kind of have to play around with it a bit more, but you just want to make sure you're building it out, getting it into the shape that you want, and trying to keep it as thin as possible. Since I am going to be applying a glitter on top of it and encapsulating that, I don't want to accidentally file all of that out when I go to shape my nails, so you want to try to keep it as thin as you can, so that you have room to file and shape your nails at the end. same process as the other nail, I am gonna just go ahead with my ombre. For this first bead, you can see, because I did such a small bead, how you almost can kind of see the blue through the back end of the bead. It will get covered up as I add more and more, but again, when you're doing your ombre, make sure you're picking up and blending from the front of the bead so that you don't have that kind of see-through translucentness at the end of the application. Then I'm gonna go in with these glitters. These are just random ones from Amazon, so any blue glitters you have will work. I just picked up a fine glitter and a chunky glitter. For my ring finger, I am using the chunky glitter, and I'm basically applying that all over where I have that Mia Secret colored acrylic. Once you have it placed where you want it, you wanna go ahead and cap that in clear. I don't know if I said it, but when you do apply any glitter, you wanna do a thin bead of clear. You can either apply the thin bead of clear first and then apply the glitter, or you can go ahead and pick up a small bead of clear, dip it into your glitter like I did, and then apply it to your nail. The clear acrylic is just going to act like your glue and make sure that the glitter stays in place, and that way when you go to encapsulate, it's not going to move or shift on you so that you end up with just basically a muddy mess. So it'll help keep it in place when you go to encapsulate. I'm doing the same process for the next two nails that I did on my ring finger. So I'm going in with that Mia Secret blue, and then I'm gonna ombre with that Nude Panther over top. I am going to be doing a different glitter placement, but the first initial steps are gonna be the same. And again, at the end, I'm gonna cap all of this in clear just to make sure that I protect all of the design. So I'm just going in and building this out like I normally would. And I figured just to kind of change it up so that not all the nails look the same, I was gonna use that very fine blue glitter, and I was gonna kind of do like a middle ombre. I don't know what you would call this, but where it kind of fades up towards the nude, but also fades up towards the tip where you have the blue. So it just kind of acts as like a little transition between the nude and the Mia Secret blue acrylic. You just want to play around with this, try to get the glitter in place where you want it, give it a couple seconds to dry, and then you can go ahead and cap it in clear to protect all of that and add some strength and apex, because when you apply that blue colored acrylic, you're doing it so thin that it's not going to add any strength. So you really want to make sure that you're capping it very well so that you add strength to the nail, and that way it won't break and you'll have good structure. Hopefully here you can see when I turn my nail how thin that blue acrylic was. So again, that's why the capping in clear is very important, not only to protect that design, but to really make sure that these have proper structure, because you don't want your nails to break. It ends up being very sad because you put all the work into it, but also it can damage your natural nail. So make sure when you go ahead and you're finishing up and capping in clear that you do have a proper apex. If you feel like your nail is on the thinner side, go ahead and just add some more. I recommend always adding more than you think. You don't obviously want to spend a crazy amount of time filing, but I'd rather have too much built up and have to file it down than have not enough and then worry about breaking my nails, because I've broken a bunch before and they are the worst. And if it goes up to your natural nail, it can really damage your natural nail. So you want to try to prevent that. For my thumb, I am doing the same as I did on my pinky. So I'm using that Mia Secret Frosted Pink to build out the tip and then ombreing that Nude Panther over top of it. So same process again, just going ahead with that ombre and then capping that in clear. Now I'm going to go in with some nail foils and my Young Nail Foil Transfer. This is a air drying foil transfer base. I just felt like it was going to be a little easier because foil transfers are super finicky. They tend to not want to transfer fully, and they can just be really a pain in the butt. So I like the air dry one because I don't have to worry if I do make a mistake about needing to like file it off, because a lot of the ones that are like gel based, you will have to file it off if you want to redo a design if it didn't come out right the first time. With this, you just take some acetone on like a lint-free wipe and just wipe off your nail like you would with like say a regular polish if you were wiping that off. So for me, I just prefer this one. It just works a little bit better. But when you're doing foil transfers, some tips that I have is definitely use the transfers that are not like full coverage. So the one that I have here, you can see the design is kind of see-through and it just has like little bits of design. So I'm able to kind of cut around each of the shapes and just place them almost individually so that I don't have to worry too much about like the foil like crinkling, because it's like a plastic film. So it doesn't like sit super nicely over the curves of the nail, which in turn makes it kind of difficult to get like the full design to come out. So I tend to cut it and try to get like as small of a piece as possible so that I don't have to worry about it like crinkling or folding or not transferring fully. I do also use this silicone cuticle pusher to just kind of press down over top of the foil before I pull it up so that I try to get as much of the design to transfer as seamlessly as possible. If as you're picking it up, you notice like here on the gingerbread man that it's not coming up, you definitely just want to lay it back down and press a little bit more so that it can fully transfer. And then once I'm done with that, I do go ahead with my not polished glosset and I just top coat the nails. I do it twice because I feel like the foil transfer base just leaves a little bit of a tacky layer, so I do like to really fully protect the nail. So I do 2 coats of my polish when I am top coating. Then I'm doing a very simplistic, you've seen this on my channel before, or if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen me do this a lot. This is my favorite for winter, just kind of the little simplistic snowflake design. You basically just create dots in the position of where you want the snowflakes, and then just take a small liner brush. Today I'm using my Young Nails Micro Detailer and just kind of pull through the designs of the little dots, and that way it gives you that snowflake kind of look, as you can see. And then to do the chrome, like I said, I wanted to do a chrome look today. I'm taking a random Amazon silver chrome. I'm just using my finger for this. I don't think it's recommended to do that, but I just felt like it was going to be the easiest way. So I did just use my finger and apply it over top of that snowflake after I cured it for 30 seconds. Once that's applied, you can go ahead and top coat it. Again, I do top coat anytime I do chrome, foil, stickers, anything like that. I do like to top coat twice. I just feel like it fully protects the design a lot better than doing it once. So if you are having difficulty with your chrome, stickers, foils, anything like that, staying on the nail and you find that it causes chipping when you use it, definitely try top coating twice, and that should help prevent that from happening. I am doing the snowflake design on my pinky and my thumb as well. I'm doing it the same way I did on my ring finger. So I am using my dotting tool to kind of just get the general shape, pulling the lines through, curing for 30 seconds, applying that chrome, and then top coating twice. So it's the same process for all of the nails. You can wait till the end to top coat if you prefer. I just top coated each individual one as I went, but you definitely can wait till the end. The chrome won't move or anything as long as you don't put anything like liquid on top, like any rubbing alcohol, acetone, or anything like that near your nails. It won't come off until you top coat it. Also, I didn't mention this before, but I am curious because I do tend to cut out my filing a lot when I'm doing these videos, just because I feel like it's hard for me to get it in frame, as well as you can see, I do tend to speed up the filming of the video. So it does end up going a lot faster, which when you're filing, you're already kind of moving fast. So it's hard for me to get it in frame all the time. But if you are somebody who would like to see how I do my filing and would just like a video to reference if I do cut it out of a video, let me know, because I can definitely try to film that for you guys so you at least have something to reference if you're curious about how I file my nails. But I don't show them in these videos where I do like an actual like full set. So let me know down below if that's something you're interested in. Also, let me know if you like this video, what you thought of it, what other videos you would like to see from me. Thumbs this video up if you did enjoy it. It really means a lot. And subscribe to my channel. I'm hoping to reach 1,000 subscribers, so it would really mean a lot if you can help me out with that goal. I really love these types of sets because they are super fun. Blue's my favorite color, so the blue, silver, chrome, all of that just really, I don't know, speaks to my soul. So I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. Check out some of my other videos if you're interested. And yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, everybody.